there was about 33 of us that came from nations all around the world to support the Jewish farmers. And so we had stayed there for 2 weeks this past Saturday morning. Obviously, we were sleeping, and we woke up around 6 o'clock in the morning, just this atrocious rumble through the air. And woke pretty much all of us up, and we went outside, and you could just see large formations of Israeli and American fighter jets heading towards Iran. So we knew at that moment that war was just moments away. And when we signed up for this trip, we knew that the probability of this war kicking off while we were there was, it was very likely. But we still wanted to go and support the Jewish people and still support the state of Israel. And so we went anyways. And so, I think it was about an hour and 15 minutes after we saw those fighter jets flying overhead that we saw alerts coming across our phone, air raid sirens. So we were forced into bomb shelters. And within the next 36 hours, we were in the bomb shelter about 24 times. Some of them were 15 minutes all the way up to an hour each. And so what was interesting is when you get into the bomb shelter, not only do you have to wait for the air raid sirens to clear, but you also have to wait 15 to 20 minutes afterwards, because when the Iron Dome system shoots down these missiles, all the shrapnel, it takes a while for it to fall. And so that's really what we want to protect ourselves from, just staying in cover until that shrapnel hits the ground. And so obviously I brought some of that with me today.
Can you show?
Yeah. So Iran sent us a gift, brought some home to America. This is a piece of shrapnel. So this was after air raid sirens went off. We went into the storm shelter and went outside, and this was sitting right in front of the storm shelter. There was several pieces. I was only able to bring one home with me. So I think that the initial sirens that went off, there was a lot of adrenaline. There was a lot of unknowns. We immediately knew that all of our flights were going to get canceled. We were supposed to leave on Monday, so this was 48 hours away from us actually departing from Israel. And so if that's the case, then how are we going to get home? So I think that there was a lot of confusion. But immediately afterwards, when we all kind of came into the bomb shelter and you looked around, you knew that you weren't alone. And honestly, there was like this peace that God provided us. There was no fear. And progressively through the day, we continued to have to go back to the bomb shelter. I'd say probably every 45 minutes to an hour, we were back in the bomb shelter. And it was kind of this realization, too, that in the United States, we're so blessed that this is abnormal for us. But in Israel, this is the norm. This is something that they have to live with on a regular basis. And so as we go about our normal day, even being back in the United States, being back in Green Bay, I'm constantly being reminded that there's still families, there's still children that are hunkering down in bomb shelters right now, and that we need to continue to keep them in our thoughts and prayers. And so it's a humbling experience that we had. It's actually a really cool story because, like I said, all of our flights were canceled. So I was supposed to leave on Monday from Tel Aviv. You couldn't go to the north through Lebanon. You really can't go through Jordan. And so we were stuck. Our missions organization was in contact with Huckabee. And the idea was that they would gather us in armored buses at night and transport us into Egypt. It just so happens that the liaison that controls the border between Egypt and Israel just so happened to be one of the farmers that we helped. And so it was that really neat relationship that we already had with them, and he helped us get across the border into Egypt. And so, we got picked up around 7 o'clock at night. It was about a 7-8 hour drive through Israel with a bulletproof bus. We had missiles getting shot down by the Iron Dome system over our heads, alerts going on the entire time. Finally crossed into Egypt, and obviously there was a little bit of silence, but we were also getting alerts that Egypt wasn't safe for Americans as well, and that we were supposed to evacuate immediately. And as I was looking for flight information to get out of Egypt, the flights were being sold out as I was looking. So I was thankful that within 3 or 4 days I was able to book a flight and get out. And so, it was a little nerve-wracking for a little bit. But again, it was, God's peace came over us. And we, again, 33 of us were sent down to Egypt to kind of flee the war. And so we were all together in that. Yeah, so I ended up on the way, left Israel, went to Egypt, flew out of Egypt and went to Turkey, then flew from Turkey to Chicago and then got a rental car and drove back to Green Bay. So it took me about 5-6 days to get home.
Okay. Was that your favorite time ever landing at O'Hare?
Yeah, I think that was pretty close to my favorite time landing in Chicago.